Okay, Abdullah, thanks for your time, for your precious time. Basically, I am conducting my research on in IT sector related to the problems faced by the project manager when they are communicating across the globe with the in comparison with the developing and developed countries. So what are the mean? This is what I am research. My research is going on in my MS project management. So my first question from your side, and thanks for your time. That would be, can you please introduce yourself, introduce your about your company? What do you do in your company, and have you ever worked with the vendors and the teams across the globe?
Yeah, thank you for having me. My name is Abdullah, and I'm basically it's been like 3 to 4 years now that I'm working in this field of starting from a freelancer, and now I have a short company, not a very big company. But it's good, Alhamdulillah. The company is the WebNext. It's a web agency, meaning that we only focus on the web services that we provide. And yeah, we've worked with many international clients and Pakistani clients, and I think is going good up to now, mashallah.
Okay, that's great. So, have you ever worked with the vendors and teams across the globe, especially with respect to developed and developing countries?
Yeah, from Australia, from UK, from USA, I have clients from many of these countries, from European countries. They try to get the projects, and I'm here to offer them the.
Okay, so related to the trust issues, when you are talking with your colleagues, your partners, your clients, what makes you trust an international vendor or client?
I mean, you can't really, trust anyone in this or any, your business field, because in the end, it's business, not, charity. And the problems that I faced was that, I don't know, like 2 to 3 times I have lost much amount of, so much amount of, you could say, money, that I was, miserable and depressed because I did my work and the client, didn't you pay me the whole amount. I mean, it happens, in all businesses. You have these, you people coming in that they want to take the money and not, give you any. And not only, from the client's part, also when you hire people to work on your project, they also seem to have this issue that they don't oblige, and they take the money and then not give you any of their, you could say, services or their expertise. So yeah, it happens.
Okay, you said that one of the client or some of your clients haven't you have done their task and they haven't paid you your uh, payment or money. So what was the reason why they haven't deposit the money to you?
Yeah, so recently, one of my clients, they told me that they don't have the budget to continue, and I told them that the project is completed. What do you mean you don't have the budget to continue? And they told me that they'll get back to me with the amount. And yeah, it's been like 3 weeks now, so I'm just sitting there. I don't know the problem that they have while they're doing like this, but it's a free word, and there are some good people and bad people, so it's supposed to happen.
So in that scenario, that client was from developing countries or from developed country?
Yeah, he was from European countries. He was from actually from I think Latvia.
From what? Sorry,
Latvia and Lithuania.
Latvia.
Latvia.
Okay, Latvia.
Latvia and Lithuania, yeah.
Yeah.
He was from there, so he was trying to make a business for the European, countries. He was trying to make a product, for that. But I think he ran out of the budget that he initially planned. I'm not going to say that he was a bad person.
Hmm.
Things happen, but that's just it.
So, haven't you noticed? Uh, prior to the starting of the project that this person will lack in budget after some time? Haven't you have some
No, everything
parameters?
went smooth. Everything went smoothly, and I just, trusted the guy because you talked about the trust. I trust guys easily. That's my problem. Because in the business, as I said, you're in the money making business, not the charity business. Okay. So you have to not, trust the people. You have to take it like a business, which I did not, absolutely. So that's why I paid the price.
Okay, there was a person who came to you through some platform like Fiverr, and you communicated with him,
Yeah,
and after some communication,
absolutely.
you authenticated him by his body language. So you considered trust first on the basis of body language, or what are the indicators that you have given him the green signal that I am going to work with you, and after some time the payment was delayed or not provided to you?
Yeah. Uh, okay, so the way that I work is that I work in different, you could say, milestones and parts, meaning that, whenever one part is done, you pay the payment, for that part. And this was divided into three parts. So he was, paying me in the initial two parts, but the last part, where we do the actual work, that was where the problem happened.
Okay.
So, I trusted him because the initial two parts, went really, you could say, awesome. But the last part was, as you can see,
So, in context of doing a business in the IT domain, what do you consider the first thing? Do you consider payment first or the trust first, or you consider both of them have the nexus, both of them goes simultaneously?
I mean, the amount of, you could say, of trust issues that I'm having being in this business, I'm thinking that you should always take the money first, and because that way you have the power. And once you have the power, then they can't do anything. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, in many countries, when you provide something, you have to first, ask them the amount or the invoice, or there should be a legal way. And since you're doing this business, internationally, the legality of this is not much in your, you could say, control, because you can't really, hire a lawyer in that country and ask them to sue the client. It can't happen. So you have to ask the money upfront, and then you have to start the work. That's what I concluded from all my experiences.
So that's where you failed to convey that message to him that to pay the payment in advance. So that's why you have such lapse in your project. What that's what I
Yeah,
am observing.
I mean, exactly. But the problem is that people don't really trust you when you're coming from the underdeveloped countries, such as Pakistan. So, whenever they hear Pakistan, they get a back. They don't want to work with you. So you have to, I mean, it's back and forth that you have to come in between and to find a, you could say, a middle ground in between them. You know, yeah,
Okay, okay. From your perspective, I am observing that you are considering the trust as first thing, then you come to the payment. That what you practice is what you have practiced before in your
yeah.
past
I
projects.
mean, yeah. You could say I personally, take trust as a top notch. You could say my thing that I want to take their trust, and then take the money. That's my
Okay.
plan.
Oh, and on the basis of luck, you lock that project and start working with those foreigners and those European or US based individuals. That's what I am.
I mean, luck does play a role, because you have the expertise, you have the portfolio, but in the end, luck, does play a role over here, because they don't want to, trust you if you're from Pakistan. I mean, that's that, that's
Okay.
the whole situation of our, country.
Okay.
But I mean, luck is a thing, yeah.
Okay, with respect to a developing country, if they are selecting a person from cheap market like Pakistan, and they are selecting you. So what do you think those clients in US, what are the indicators that they see, and after verifying those indicators they lock the project with the Pakistani or Indian guy?
Okay, so first of all, how I do it, that I give them free services, which would mean that I would give them my free, you could say, research, my brainstorming capabilities. I tell them that I'm going to help you, mature this project requirements, and until then, you don't have to pay me anything. That gets them on board because they see a person trying to help them without any, taking any, you could say, you payment. That you could say, you give them a, a green light maybe, and that's a start. And then when we hop on, we do excellent work, and then that leads to more clients coming in.
Okay, in terms of providing them services, as you are saying, you are providing them research, you are providing them brainstorming services, but they need something that is physical, that is in terms of software. Some people do that, they provide prototypes, like before developing the first phase of UI UX, they develop the prototype of UI UX in free of charge.
Yeah.
Is there any some such example from your side that you do such thing to develop the trust with the
Yeah, no, I
freelancers?
mean, I remember, once I started my company, my partner with me, he told me that, we would do that. And I told him that, no, we have to keep this, keep our project, you could say, requirements or our planning to be, as simple as it can be. We are not going to provide free services for anyone. And we are going to have this strict, payment plan that, okay, this is the payment plan, and this is how you are going to do this. No matter how hard our business gets, we're not going to get any small projects for any amount of money and not give them anything for free. That makes you confident in yourself, and then it paves the way for the whole company. So yeah, I did not do that at any time.
So, according to you, the developed country client is going to see whether that person is going to provide me some services like brainstorming and research. Is there any other indicators that he is going to see and then close the deal with you, other than those two of
Yeah.
them?
Okay, so most of the clients that come in, they come in from the Fiverr or Upwork. So meaning that they already have the security, so they don't need me to provide them anything for free for the research and for all that. So if they are trying to hop on, with me on a project, they just need to give me the requirements and to pay the money to Upwork or the Fiverr. And yeah, they have the security because my account is on there. And if I don't provide as I intended, that would mean that they can give me a bad review and get you know their payment back. So, I mean, they have the security with that. Apart from it, if they don't come from the Fiverr and Upwork, they have a referral, from my previous, clients. So they already have the trust of those clients and of me. So yeah, but
That
that's the biggest indicator.
That's a great way to acquire the employees' retention. So, my next question is: do the people from the outside, like from US, they check the reviews before they talk to you and before they start the work? What like
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, think of it as this way: that if you went into the market, you would check their reviews, right? So if you
yeah.
check their reviews, it's likely that they will, check check my reviews, my portfolio, my work done in the past to, to judge me. Yeah, that's how the word works. It's
Okay,
simple,
okay.
psychology. Yeah.
And you said you like the payment method of milestones instead of the fix and or hourly. Why is it
Yeah.
so? Why the milestone? Why not the hourly or fix?
Okay. So the amount of time that I have worked to get to this level is like, I don't know, like 4 to 5 years, and maybe 6 to 7 years. The things that I could do at that time, for, you could say, for 2 hours, I can now do it in 10 minutes. That would mean that my hourly rate would be, that they are paying me to work slower, because if I'm paying you, on hourly basis, that will mean the work that you can do in one day, you can now do it in like 2 days, because you want to get more money out of me. So the milestones, they work for me because I can choose my own flexible timings, and I can then have the mission inside that, okay, once I complete this part, I can get some payment, and that can keep my business growing and keep my wheel running.
Okay,
That's the plan I go
Abdullah.
through.
Yeah, Abdullah. If I talk about the payment method, when you talk about Fiverr, there is some methodology there that the payment gets there to the third party, and after the submission of the project, it comes to your side. So my question is, other than this Fiverr part, is there any other platform that your client provides you the payment, like through PayPal, through Wise, or you use the mixed method,
Yeah,
or
so
you?
PayPal
Yeah.
doesn't work in Pakistan, and I don't want to do any of the illegal way to get the PayPal.
Okay.
So I simply do the wire transfers, which mean they transfer, from their bank to my bank. It takes around, I think, 7 days to come, and it's the most secure plan, as I can have
Wise
while
takes 7 days.
living in Pakistan.
Wise
No,
takes
no,
7.
I have not used a Wise because I think it required something, from my side, which was a very, hassle for me. So I simply use a wire transfer.
Okay, direct
So
transfer.
it's a simple wire transfer. Yeah, yeah, from their bank to my bank, and it takes like 7 days to come in
Okay,
altogether. So it's
when
the best way, for me to take the money.
sure, when the money came to your side in the banks of Pakistan, is there any issues that you have ever faced related to the tax or regulations or other some
Yeah,
issues?
Pakistani banks, they are shit because they don't want to. I mean, they want to make it as difficult as for Pakistani youth, as difficult as they can to not have you the money. I mean, I
Okay.
don't know who does this. Who does this? Like, you're trying to make our life as miserable as you can. We are trying to earn you money. We're trying to bring in the money in the country, and you're trying to make it as difficult as you can. So I have to give them a document, and that document then gets passed on to I don't know how many departments, and then you verify the document, and it takes like a whole week. I don't know, a whole week or 2 weeks, and then I get the money. And even then, they cut some. I think 1% they cut from you, but that's. I mean, the cutting is not the problem. The problem is that they're taking so much time trying to verify you and trying to make the issues that I need to go to their bank branch and trying to provide them their document, in a physical state, which is, I mean, stupid because it's the online you word right now. I can just email you the document.
So in
Yeah,
that
that's the issue.
document, well, that document is provided to whom, and what you are going to mention in that document, and who
Yeah,
it is a compulsion from the government of Pakistan to give that document to the which department?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about the government of Pakistan, but the two banks that I have, you went to Mizan Bank and the Bank Al Falah, they both ask for a document that is a letterhead document, or maybe any type of document that tells the bank that, okay, this person who sent the money is getting this services, you from you, and this is not illegal money.
So you are
So
going to get that document from your own side. You're going to write this by your own self, or get
yeah,
from.
mostly what I do is that I, write the document, and then I send the document to the client. They sign it, and then I take the signed document to the bank.
If the client is not available, then what you are going to do?
I mean, initially, when we start the project, I, signed the document because, I got to know that Pakistan banks are very, stupid, and they want to take so much time. So I started this, you could say, you practice to have a document, ready, when we start the project. So initially, when we start the project, we have the document and we have the signed document at that time.
Okay, and before you were talking about a document which is called NDA, and that document you usually try to show
Yeah,
to
I
the
mean,
bank.
you could say NDA or the project document or any type of document that shows that this client is, working, with me on a specific project of this amount.
And that is a proof that you are compulsory to show to the bank that NDA
Yeah,
is a proof.
yeah, the bank, told me that they have to show this to the FBR or something. So then, they need to have the document,
Okay,
with them, and then they
okay.
need to take a whole lot of time to, verify it.
So
I don't know.
so you think this all the whole setup of the banking system in Pakistan is also discouraging the individuals and youth in Pakistan to start their businesses, especially in IT domain?
Yeah, I mean, exactly, because you have a PayPal coming in. Why is PayPal not in Pakistan? Why is Stripe not in Pakistan? These things can make life easier for me and many of the business owners. I mean, making it difficult for me to only verify a document and taking like 7 to 14 days, that's just stupid.
Okay, you have
That's just, backwards.
you're mentioning about PayPal. If have you ever faced any circumstances where your client was demanding your PayPal account and you have no PayPal account, and in that particular scenario, your client was gone because he has only
Yeah,
one.
I mean, the first project, or I think the second or third project, we've actually lost thousands of dollars because the client wanted a PayPal, and I didn't have a PayPal. I had a Pioneer, and he was having a problem with the Pioneer, which basically means that, in the Western world, they don't take so much time. I mean, imagine that you are trying to get my services, okay, and you're trying to pay me, and that payment is such a burden for you that you say, I mean, why not go somewhere else and, hire someone else? So that's the problem that I faced, and I lost thousands of, dollars in the start, which really, depressed me because it was just my start in the business.
Okay. Other than the payment dispute that you have mentioned, that there was a lack of budget from the client side, is there any other payment dispute that you have faced in your whole career?
Yeah, I mean, unnecessary expectations from the clients. The clients want something more from my side because they think they can push me around. I mean, that's also leading to the project, you could say, failures. And yeah, I told you about these three examples: the budget not being, the payment a failure because of the expectations of the client, of the higher expectation of the client, and the PayPal not being in Pakistan.
Okay. So if these are the circumstances, so how you are going to resolve those issues with the client if you are having a payment dispute? Is there any way that you think that is the best way to talk with the client so that issues can be resolved?
I mean, you have to bend the knee to the client because they are international clients and you are already doing their work, which means you are already, you're putting in the hours. So you have to bend the knee and to take their bait and, I don't know, you have to, I mean, complete the work with as much, payment as they are giving you to just, to just, you pass this on. That's it.
Okay,
That's it. Because there is no other option. Because if you don't do what they say, they are going to give you bad review on their accounts, on my account, on the platforms, or they are not going to pay you the amount that you have, you work for. So you have to bend the knee and to be a little, lower, than them, and discuss this. Yeah.
Okay, Abdullah, let's give me a 1 minute. I am just going to
Okay.
have a break.